Hi!
Hi!
This is RuPaul's Drag Race, Season 4, Episode 10, plus Untucked Review Bitches.
Yes, and I am Isis Mirage.
And I am Coco Ferocia,
Yeah.
for your consideration.
Alright.
Alright, now, the ladies got back... Ooh! Okay, the light is giving us a fever. Okay, the ladies got back into the workroom, and they were, talking about Dida. Everybody was giving her her 10, saying she was fierce, which I thought was real cute.
Yeah, they kept it classy.
Mm-hmm. That she left a cheesecake on the side, which
Yeah.
you better work with.
Category is...
Cheesecake! Okay. Yeah, and they were talking about someone coming back, things of that nature. And obviously these bitches weren't happy, darling.
Girl, would you be?
Top 4 and then somebody coming back? Girl, I ain't here for it. But, so they decided to make some signs, which was, top 4, add no more.
I kind of felt like when they were doing the top 4, no more, whatever shit, Fifi wasn't really, in it. She seemed to be the only one who kind of seemed scared to, really...
Shout at Ru.
Yes! I was like, God, this is a joke, whatever.
She came in, they were shouting at her, whatever. So, who came back but our fucking girl, Miss Kenya Michaels, bitch.
I did not think for a second that would be the case. I was really ready for LaShawn to come back. I really thought that was going to be who was coming, but...
Yeah, I don't know what the tea with that was, but,
Yeah, girl, well, we'll get into the whole situation and what we thought, because we've seen a lot of people say some dumb shit this week, so...
So, yeah, the mini challenge was they had to give teddy bears a drag makeover.
Yeah.
They were all cute, and Kenya was the winner with La Trans Bear.
Yes.
She was fishy and, giving you realness, darling. And the bears were donated, or they're going to be auctioned off or whatever for a good cause. Something to do with Matthew Shepard, things of that nature. Yes.
So, at least they're doing something good with those damn bears.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, Sharon Needles lost her fucking contact to that bear or something, seriously. Because she had a look on her face like, y'all take more contacts?
Oh my god. So, the main challenge was that they had to make over some DILFs, dads I'd like to frock.
Okay.
Into drag queens, darling. You get the makeover challenge every season.
Of course. And I was wondering what they were going to do this season. I don't know how I feel about the whole father thing, but I guess it gave a good perspective to the audience. But we'll get into that.
Since Kenya won the mini challenge, the bitch got to, hand out which daddy went with who. And, Fifi was like, oh yeah, I was kind of giving Kenya a bit of a nudge and a wink. So, she got the guy she wanted.
I thought it was really stupid because Kenya was giving Fifi what she wanted, and then come to find out, Fifi was the fucking challenge in the end. So I just feel like Kenya needed to really get into this competition again, and this time really focus on her own shit, instead of, trying to help another bitch out, because look where the fuck she ended up.
Mm-hmm. Well, so yeah, it seemed like she tried to give Sharon the manly one, because the most brick-faced one.
But this was the moment of all moments for Sharon to say, no bitch, you didn't do it, because that original statement came from the makeover challenge with Raven and Tatiana trying to give her the manly one.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, Sharon, this is your time to turn it out, bitch. But, you can only do so much with bone structure.
So, Ru was saying they needed a strong family resemblance, as, you would think.
Of course.
And not only that, but he also added that since it's a family-themed episode, that these bitches were going to be on stage pregnant, darling.
I still, to this moment, don't really get what the point of that was. But, more power to them. I don't get it.
Damn, bitch.
Why pregnant? I just don't get it. Both of them pregnant. Just, okay.
I don't know. But, anyway, yes. So they were in the workroom, and Sharon's guy was turned out to be quite the
Pandora boxes man of the season. The freak. I mean, at least he didn't have a dildo.
Oh
but,
Oh my god, yeah, he was like rubbing the breastplate and like Sharon was saying he's weird as hell, and for Sharon to say you weird, bitch, you are weird, honey.
Yeah.
You know, Latrice was talking to her guy about tucking, and he was like, oh, I can't tape it to the leg. It's like, no, bitch, you can't tape it to the leg, honey. But he seemed like he was being really nice with her, really sweet and open to, you know, what she was trying to get him to do. And so was Chad's. He seemed quite sweet.
Yeah.
Fifi's was getting quite into it too, you know, he was saying, I'm in it to win it, you know, I'm gonna help you do what I can, so.
Yeah, so they both had that competitive thing in common at least, so, you know, that's good, but...
The only one that didn't really seem to be there for it all was Kenya's, and he was just so, like...
I just felt like the whole damn episode, Homegirl just couldn't get into it, and it's like, even if you ain't into drag or whatever, like, just... No personality, no star quality, bitch. Just nothing. No charisma.
No.
Yo, like she really just that'll teach you to not go for the pretty one all the damn time, okay? Because that chick was not the bitch.
No.
She truly wasn't.
No.
Okay, so apparently Fifi loves to come for Chad Michaels. And I'm just like, where did this come from? Because the whole season I ain't never noticed Fifi to really do too much to Chad or whatever. Not that I'm saying Chad's lying, cause you know, but like I just like don't be coming for Mother Dust, bitch, cause I'm sure she will eat you up, bitch.
She is not the one, as we saw a little later on in the episode.
Don't fucks with that one, bitch.
Not that one. You know, Chad was saying, come for me, darling, but you know I gotta be perfect. You know how I like to be perfect.
Yeah.
And she was just showing that perfectionist thing again, which, I don't know, it could work to her advantage, it could not. You never know with Michelle, honey.
It seemed like her dad or whatever did really like the outfits, but it's like, you represented Chad Michaels, so you better put on that damn dress and shut the fuck up, okay? Do what the bitch tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, you ain't here to win money. Okay, so when Fifi was talking about how don't worry, it's gonna be okay, whatever, Ru finally fucking clocked it and was like, girl, you say this every damn time. Now, I get that these guys is straight or whatever, but I'm sorry, if you get the name Lil Mama, like, I don't care if Kenya called her damn guy fucking Tootsie Poopsie Roll, okay? I don't give a shit. Work that name, bitch, okay? This bitch trying to win a lot of damn money, okay? Pull it together.
He was just so, like, cold about it, and, like, Ru was like, oh, you look like Elvis, now you're gonna look like Lisa Marie, and he was like...
It's just like, girl, I don't care if you don't cross-dress, okay? Do the damn show.
Get some damn personality, darling.
Shit.
You on the TV.
Can I say, who the fuck gave this guy the fucking job to be in the damn show? How the fuck he get in it? No personality. Go home with the upper lip, go home.
So Ru gets the bitches together and tells them that not only are they putting on a pregnant main stage presentation, but that these bitches had to do a fucking striptease, honey. Like, could you get these bitches to do any more?
I know, but you know, at the same time, as someone who's watched every season of Drag Race, assuming all the queens here did too, y'all should already know that in this challenge, y'all gonna get a little extra than just a runway walk. Yeah. So I would've been prepared for that shit, for some shit to go down.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna breeze through, like, them, like, practicing for the striptease, whatever. I don't feel it's that important. So, you know, I just feel... Chad's guy seemed like he was trying, you know what I mean? And you can't just get a guy who never walked in heels and doesn't do drag to just, you know, fucking do that shit up. But, you know, I appreciate the fact that at least Homegirl seemed to be putting his best foot forward with his challenge.
And Chad was being, like, quite a good teacher. He wasn't making it too complicated.
Yeah, he tried to keep things simple. And, you know, I think they were working well together at least. Off the bat, I felt like Fifi's whole performance or whatever was a little bit too complicated to like, you know, I think she could have kept things more simple, especially for someone who doesn't seem to be a dancer of any kind or a performer. So I just thought off the bat, like, Fifi, you know, I know you're trying to give a show and eleganza and everything, but maybe you're asking a little too much.
Sharon's guy, honey, was a hot ass mess. Like, what can you expect? But, like, she was just getting so frustrated this whole damn episode with him because he was just all over the place, honey.
Yeah, I think Sharon at times is being a little hard on her guy, but at the same time, I get it. You want to win that damn money, you gotta pay your rent, bitch. So, I get it, but, you know, she could have been a little softer, maybe, but with the fucking foolishness that this dude was bringing to the workroom, I ain't surprised that would have been hard on the bitch, too. Damn.
Yeah. So, Fifi was talking to her guy about, you know, what would he do if one of his kids was gay, and, you know, the guy was saying, you know, what can I do? It is what it is. And, you know, he'd be supportive. And then Fifi was saying that she hadn't spoken to her dad since she was 18, which is really nice. Like, we can see, like, a softer side to Fifi. And we can relate, you know. So then Chad was talking to his guy about his boyfriend and things of that nature. And, you know, marriage got brought up. And then the guy was saying, you know, why call it marriage if...
You're gonna offend so many people.
Yeah, you're gonna offend so many people, which, you know, it's an ignorant view, and he obviously wasn't aware of what the full tea was, because then Chad, you know, schooled his ass and told him, well, look, you know, if I'm ever in hospital...
Yeah, I just want to say in the guy's defense that I don't know how this thing was cut, so
yeah.
Maybe it wasn't that was his statement, maybe he was just saying that so that it would give Chad the opportunity to speak about it on TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It didn't feel like like this guy was that ignorant to say something like that. So I'm just not sure. But yeah, it's some bullshit. It's some bullshit.
I'm really glad that Chad, you know, he got emotional and he showed how important it is to him. And if anyone, like, you know, if your partner's in hospital, you can't go visit them because...
Y'all ain't related.
Y'all ain't got nothing to do with each other.
It's ridiculous because, you know, if they make it like a joint union or whatever y'all call it, because I don't know, what is it we have it over here?
Civil partnership. Civil union.
You know, but you don't get like the same rights as you do as a marriage, and it's kind of like, in my opinion, a way of being like, okay, we'll give you a little piece to shut you up. You know what I mean? But it's like, bitch, I came here for the cake, bitch. I come here for the damn cookie, okay, bitch? So no, I ain't gonna shut up. Give me the damn cake. Everybody else get the damn cake.
It's just about equality and everyone being the same.
I'm just like, girl, it's some bullshit. We need to really open people's minds up, and I hope that this show does that.
Yeah.
To any people watching out there, because these dudes are straight, which means that their friends are going to tune in to watch this shit to see the foolery that goes down, which means that it's great that they've aired this moment, because it's going to give people a view on something that maybe they didn't realize before.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm really happy about this episode for that fact, because it's gonna school a lot of bitches and show that, you know, we ain't just trying to offend people by wanting to be together. We're just trying to be happy and have the same rights as everyone.
Yeah.
No one wants to be ill on a hospital bed, not able to see their partner. No one should have to go through that shit.
So, you know, Latrice and her guy were on stage practicing, and, you know, there's not that much to say. They had a good relationship. It seemed like they both were laughing a lot and got each other, and he seemed really open-minded. He was having trouble with the damn shoes.
Yeah.
But which straight man wouldn't?
Exactly, and it seemed like he was at least trying to have fun with the whole situation, which is good too, because, you know, that's going to show on stage, in my opinion, if y'all at least having fun together.
Yeah. While Kenya and her guy were practicing, honey, he just, like I said before, he seems so cold.
So
like
somber.
There's no personality. He just straight-faced, like...
Yeah, it was like he didn't seem into it. He wasn't having no fun with it. He ain't too much care.
No, girl.
I just kind of wish Kenya would at least school him a little bit and be like, bitch,
wake the fuck up. It's $100,000 motherfucking dollars.
Yo.
Real dollars.
Yeah.
Okay? Pull it together.
Yes.
Back in the workroom, Sharon and her guy were practicing, and he decided to tell Chad to get the fuck out of Runway. And Chad is like, oh no, I'm not this bitch.
Not that one.
So, you know, he started saying, oh yeah, I got my diva attitude, and really trying to come for Miss Chad, honey.
Like, yo, I'm just saying, don't be coming up to a situation when, like, you never done drag before, and now you want to be getting in drag and doing all this and you want to be diva. No, it don't work like that, bitch. You ain't got to be rude just because you being put in drag for a fucking day, bitch.
Maybe he's just going off a stereotype of a bitchy queen that he thinks he knows.
Exactly. That whooped his mucked ass so quick.
But bitch, she told him, don't you fucking come basically up in my motherfucking house telling me shit, bitch.
Chad was just giving him some cunt fish, bitch.
Some
like,
diva.
He really just didn't know how to act.
No.
Like, Chad was fucking serving it up to him. I was like, yes, bitch, go all the way in.
Do you know who you're talking to? That is motherfucking Dust, honey.
Yes.
Not that
like,
one.
Really? Are you that stupid? That fucking dumb ass. He got clocked so motherfucking hard. Like, I don't know why he didn't just leave in that very moment, bitch. Now, don't get it twisted. Shit got a little better later. But for this moment right here, this joint right here, it makes me wanna, ooh.
Do not call my sister a bitch. So Sharon's guy was, asking him about if he was bullied, and Sharon was, going in and saying, oh, terribly, and things of that nature. And he's like, oh, couldn't you have gone to the police or whatever? And she was saying, oh, I'm embarrassed. Like, I totally relate. Like, in where we come from, honey, there are no fucking laws against hate crimes with gays.
Like, it's just on some other shit. And what people don't understand is, my earring just fell off.
So, Kenya was helping her guy get tucked, and he was saying shit like, oh, it's gonna look like a tail, I ain't doing that, some Silence of the Lambs shit. And fucking every time they cut to Latrice dying, it was just giving me so much life, honey.
Yeah.
It was my favorite. Sharon's guy, kind of apologized to Chad and saying, I was joking, things of that nature. And Chad's like, okay, I was just trying to blow some steam off. So they kind of resolved it, and it was nice that he at least realized that he kind of went overboard with Chad for no real reason, honey.
Yeah, it's kind of like those sleepover jitters, you know what I mean? Where you act kind of crazy for no reason. It was just like too much. But, they seem to make up, and I think in a way it kind of maybe helped Chad relieve some stress, you know what I mean? Because sometimes that's what you're going to do, you're just going to fucking scream a bitch out.
So, let's move on to the runway. Miss Ru looked gorgeous in that red number, and her hair was laid, honey.
Yes, that ruby woo lipstick on.
Michelle was looking gorgeous, with her red lip on.
Of course,
for the first time this season.
Shout out to Michelle Visage. She tweets us fucking $1 videos, bitch. Like, I can't even believe it. Michelle Visage, you are so cunty.
So, we're going to talk a little bit about everyone, but they kind of gave you a montage, so there's not much to go off, darling. So, Chad Michaels and Lady Samantha were doing, pretty good. She looked cute. They were, hitting the choreography here and there. Kenya and her guy were kind of a mess, but, I mean, mainly because of him, because he just kind of had that...
I'm just laughing, just even
that
thinking
face.
About... No, I ain't even talking about that. Latrice's one.
Oh my god, that was a hot-ass mess.
That cute little granny walk, bitch. She needed a cane. Oh, Lord.
Oh my god, they needed to get her Zimmer frame like fucking Tatiana.
Bless her heart.
Sharon and her guy were trying to throw a little comedy in there, which was good, because they were a hot mess. But
exactly.
That made it,
like, if
better.
You can't really dance too well, then just make a funny bitch.
And Fifi and her guy were doing pretty good. They seem to be hitting it, and he was trying to at least sell it somewhat.
But yo, Kenya's guy just
again.
He
was just looking like Jesus on the cross, honey.
Why are you so sad? You're so sad for
the mess. Can I just say?
Oh, you bitch! I want to say it first.
That Latrice's fucking guy is Jasmine Masters down. Y'all need to look her up. Like, I'm not saying the body or anything, because...
Yeah, but in her face, she is Jasmine Masters.
Smile, it was giving Jasmine Masters down.
Yo,
honey.
Jasmine, I know that you think this too. You must.
I know these California... Cali? I know these Cali queens be thinking, "Ooh, what's Jasmine Masters doing on RuPaul's Drag Race?" Okay. So first up on the actual runway presentation was Miss Latrice. Now, I thought she did a really good job. Like, was it Sherelle? She was painted down, Miss Honey.
Yeah, she looked real cute. She looked like Jasmine fucking Masters. And,
the only thing that I think let her down was she chose a different hair color. I think if they had the same hair color, it would have been better.
Yeah, I don't know about it would have, like, she looked good with that hair color.
Yeah, she definitely did.
I think it took something as simple, definitely, as just making the hair color the same for the judges to be like, oh, y'all look the same.
Yeah.
So it kind of threw it off a bit, but, you know.
She did good, I thought.
Yeah. Gigi and Fifi, I definitely saw the family resemblance.
Yeah, I don't know how she painted her like the damn same. The bitch was like her real life sister.
Seriously, they look the damn same.
On some real shit, though.
Asia O'Hara taught you well, bitch.
But yeah, they both look cute. They were, you know, young and giving you a little bit of comedy with the bump and things of that nature. So yeah, they did really good.
Miss Gigi was really trying to serve it to you. So, you know, alright, Miss Gigi.
Props to you.
Yes.
Now, Little Mama and Little Kenya Michaels. Honey, this was the most somber-ass, depressing funeral pregnancy runway I have ever seen in my damn life. Like, seriously, she must have had some badass news that somebody died or something, because she was in mourning. I can't even, she was so sad.
What's wrong? What happened? I got it. At least she did try to do like the awakening, you know, at the beginning of the runway. She tried to give it to
She laid her head on her.
I think that Little Mama's whole presentation in her mind, I think she thought she looked really sexy, you know, and she was trying to give you maybe like a smile. The damn phone cut me off. But she just looked so fucking sad. She was just like, girl, I don't even need you to go down the runway smiling. Like, that's not my thing. But like, home just looks sad.
Just
so
sad eyes, like.
Such a sad story.
Seriously.
This chick got me in stitches. Why are you so sad for?
Yeah, I don't know where they were going with them outfits. Like, I guess she was trying to give, like, maternity. Like, I don't know. But it was not the look.
Maybe
it was not
that's
the
why
makeup.
she was so sad.
I don't know.
Because that damn ugly outfit. Sharon and Robin Mansions. They look really good, I thought. I really liked Sharon with that real flat wig. I don't know why, but it just worked. She was giving me pussy cunt mug.
Yeah.
But, can I clock the fact that Sharon lost her damn contacts with a damn bear, and then this time she was like, shit, I only got 2 contacts, so let me put a patch on each of our fucking eyes.
You're right, bitch.
I'm clocking it, bitch. I know that's the tea.
Oh my god.
She's like, well, what y'all want from me? What you want from me, Miss Merle?
But yeah, overall they gave a, you know, pretty good presentation.
Yes, and although Robin Mansions did look kind of crazy, like, you know, she tried to give her best, and, you know, I thought the looks worked, and, like, okay, Robin looked a little cray-cray, but, you know, it was kind of, it was giving me Marilyn Manson tease, and me personally, I think it actually worked for Sharon Needles and her whole drag thing. Like, I thought it went well, and yeah, she looked like a man, but like, not every drag queen looks like a real damn girl, okay?
Get into it.
Robin was trying to give you a little bit of eleganza with the throwing up, morning sickness, gagging on the eleganza, like, so I gotta give her a 10. And look, we ain't drinking out the bog no more. Y'all need to know, like, we kinda ratchet, and it is what it is.
Okay, so finally it was Miss Lady Samantha and Miss Chad Michaels giving you a little cha-cha realness.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cute, you know?
Yeah.
You know, like Miss Michelle said, Paris Hilton, meet your future.
Yeah. Okay.
True tea.
Alright. So I thought that Chad and Lady Samantha, they did really well. They were trying to give you a good, presentation of what being pregnant is. So it makes me think Chad really thought about this and thought, okay, well, pregnant women, they beaming with pride, right? And, she was giving you that perfect professional bitch. And she told Lady Samantha well. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
When Fifi opened up about her dad, don't get me wrong, it really touched me, and because I'm in a similar situation with my parents, don't get me wrong, I'm always gonna feel passionate about these subjects.
Yeah.
And so, in the end, I'm always gonna get out of it what I think was intended, and I'm always gonna, I'm gonna see what she's saying and apply it to my own situation. And it's going to make me feel like, look, if Fifi can push through and go on Drag Race and do what she wanted to do, it makes me feel like I can do it too. And I don't need to focus so much on making other people happy.
Yeah.
And I get it. And it has, listening to her in this moment did definitely teach me something. But I do want to make it a point to say that, being the way that she's been throughout the season makes it hard for me to really fully appreciate her when she's not being that way.
It just makes it hard to relate to that situation the way you would if it was someone else saying it, because Fifi is one of those people that I feel like we can relate to the most in this season, but at the same time, she just the way she acts, or the way she's acted most of the time, has really just been detrimental.
Main point being, regardless, she definitely has a backstory, a story that we can both relate to, and I appreciate her for that. And I just want her to take from this whole situation that you don't have to be that way, because we've all been through things. You've been through things with your parents, Sharon's been through shit in school, Chad too, Latrice had to fucking move. Yo, let's be there for each other, because at the end of the day, we've all been through shit. So why sit here and call each other disgusting bitches?
Go in. So, the winner... Vain bitch.
Rude bitch. Continue.
So, the winner of the challenge this week was Miss Fifi O'Hara.
Yes.
Props where props are due.
Yes.
And the bottom two was Miss Kenya Michaels and Miss Latrice Royale. Now, they started playing Aretha Franklin, and from that moment, all of y'all know it was over for Kenya.
Yes.
All of y'all knew it. Like, it's just the last two times Latrice has been in the bottom two, it's been a song that's just, like, tailor-made for her, honey.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if that's a coincidence or what, but regardless...
I just feel like, it was totally on her side, and not to put down Latrice, because she did an amazing job in that lip sync. But, it's hard because, it is definitely a Latrice song. And the one point that I want to make is the people that I've seen talking about Kenya's part in that lip sync. Like, I've seen people call her crazy. I've seen people say that she looked like she was on drugs. That, you don't have to be so fucking rude about it, especially when you ain't up on no fucking stage doing nothing.
Seriously, like, what did you want her to do? She was trying to give you, like, an emotive sort of ballet performance, which may not have been the best thing to do, granted, but you ain't gotta call her a crazy maniac, because she tried. What she did wasn't bad.
I saw someone on Tumblr talking about how she was dancing real crazy. I'm like, bitch, if that performance was fucking Sugar Plum motherfucking fairy bitch, she would have been on fucking point. It's not that her doing ballet, that ballet was messy. That was a flawless performance of ballet. It just wasn't giving you what you needed for that song. But you can't say that she was bad, because Kenya's a fucking dancer. And she teaches fucking ballet. So you can't say she's dancing crazy. No, she's dancing good ballet. She's doing it well. It's just not giving you what you needed in that moment. To me, that performance was beautiful. To me, like, she was just trying to give you something emotional. And I thought it was really sweet.
As we all knew, Latrice fucking slayed. She felt it through her bones. She was, you make me feel like a natural woman on her bump. And she just sold that shit to the high motherfucking heavens, honey. So,
yes.
We ain't getting the veils out this time. But by Miss Kenya.
You know, and to give Latrice her props too, because I see everybody also talking about Latrice not moving. You don't have to move all over the damn place to give a good performance. And Latrice proved that on that stage.
Yeah.
So, you know, it goes both ways.
And also, in regards to Kenya's wig, and people saying, oh, why these queens ripping their wigs off? I agree. These queens should be keeping their wigs on, okay? None of y'all can pull off a Chanel Season 1 moment.
Exactly.
Okay, because she was slick with that shit, but to be honest, like, her wig came off.
Yeah.
She was already slipping far back, and she had to rip her off, just like Miss Fifi in a previous episode, honey.
I could tell that she didn't have her pin too much. Okay, I don't even know if that wig had no combs in the front or nothing. So, you know, she's trying to give you all this eleganza, and, you know, it snatched the cat back.
What could she do, honey? So she had to take her off like Miss Fifi did too.
Sometimes
the
it happens.
lesson we must learn is pin your damn wig, bitch.
Yeah, pin the damn wig. Come on now. You know bobby pins like so cheap. I know y'all can go out and get some.
Okay, so let's move on to the Untucked job.
Yes.
Yes. So, you know, they were talking back and forth. Sharon was saying that, you know, her and Robin pulled it together. Kenya was saying, you know, she was having some difficulty, things of that nature. Miss Sherelle said, I keep wanting to say Chevelle because of fucking Chevelle Brooks. What bitch? He fucking thought Kenya was black, and they were all talking and kikiing. And Sharon was saying, bitch, that, oh, that's funny because she gets mistaken for a real woman all the time, but this may be the first time that she's been called black, honey.
But girl, like, I don't know what homegirl was smoking.
So, you know, Fifi's guy was talking about shaving his body and things of that nature and giving women props. So this is also good for these straight men to know what a woman goes through, darling. Because it's hard motherfucking work.
Exactly. Every straight guy out there, I'm telling you now, y'all need to just experience drag at least once. I'm telling you. Because you will have a whole new respect for women.
So, you know, Latrice's guy was saying that he learned a whole lot, and, you know, like we were saying, his wife says to him, oh, you know what I go through, and, you know, now he has an understanding of the reality of what's the happenings when she's getting ready.
Exactly, it's hard, you know, you can't just throw on a face.
Miss Gigi asked, you know, how was it for the queens to hang out, with all that testosterone, and she was, you know, she brought up with Chad having a bit of an iffy moment with Miss Robin. And, you know, Sharon was bringing up, like, the difference between, like, because he was saying he was just playing or whatever, and that they were playing too, but, you know, when she was explaining when queens read, it's about their looks and their attitudes and things of that nature, and, you know, it was just the hint of violence that was in it. You know, I felt it too.
Yeah,
when he was going off,
like,
it's just something. Blech.
I think it was just kind of the way that the guy was stood there with his arms folded, looking at him. Like, to me, in that moment, I would be like, "What you gonna do? You gonna do something?"
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like the guy threatened Chad or whatever, but it was just the whole like demeanor.
Yeah,
was just like no, and I give props to Chad for not backing down and being like, no, bitch, you didn't do it. I'm not gonna sit here.
You gonna fuck me up, bitch.
You ain't gonna come in my workroom, bitch, and give me all this diva attitude.
No, ma'am. And Chad, you know, was once again showing what a defensive person she is, who cares about people, and you're not gonna come for my people, honey. So, again, you know, Chad comes off as a beautiful motherfucking person. We love you, Chad, honey.
Yes, and Sharon, you too, because when Homegirl was like, you gonna let her call me a bitch? Sharon was like, do not call my sister a bitch. So Sharon, you too, you stand up for my guys.
Yes. So, you know, the Peekaroo came up, and they had to go through with the gold bar and leave the men's in the other room. And they had a surprise in their pink box. Bitch, they had fucking ice cream and pickles. Because it's the pregnancy craving or whatever. And it's like,
off the bat, I knew Sharon was going to take a bite out of one of them pickles. I was like, this bitch, I see it coming.
And she fucking did,
yes,
honey.
She did.
Ugh, nasty.
When Sharon took a bite out of that damn pickle, seriously, like, Fifi in that moment was me with Kenya's fucking drag sister. Why is she so sad?
You know, the guys in the other room were talking about, you know, the whole fight with Chad again. And, you know, he was just making it clear that, you know, he thought Chad was amazing. He never meant to come across like any type of way, and he thought they were all joking. So it's nice of him to clear it up.
He was saying that he thought everyone was in on the joke, and he had this poker face, and, you know, he was laughing on the inside, and no one clocked it the way that Latrice's dude did, when he was like, well, can you laugh on the outside so maybe everybody else knows? I'm like, yo, I'm still here for her. Like, yes. I know you straight and everything, but bitch, you need to become a drag queen, bitch. I'm here for you.
She's clocking teeth left and right. Kenya was talking about how her man didn't show no interest, and, you know, someone else clocked it too, and they noticed that he was just not here for it. So obviously that played a big part in her losing this challenge and getting sent home.
Yeah, I think it definitely played a big part. Apart from those outfits were horrible.
Okay, so Miss Kenya was talking about how she had a crush on her guy, and he had a big thang, and, you know, it was cute. They were kikiing.
You know, y'all already know that Kenya only went back there to help him tuck so she could know the full truth. She's like, yo, this dude ain't doing nothing for me. If he ain't gonna win me no money, bitch, I might as well get to see the goodies, bitch.
You know, basically, the guys were talking about how coming here gave them a completely different outlook on drag, and it showed that, you know, the differences between, you know, queens and
people who are transgendered, people who do drag, you know, everyone always gets confused, you know, cross-dressers, transvestite, transgender, fucking, I know, and there's so many damn things under the sun. So it's hard, and I get it for straight people, but, you know, at least this show is educating them bitches. Okay, so when they were talking about stuff, and Latrice's guy was talking about, she thought that it takes going through something really bad, and that's why people do drag and stuff. It's stupid to think that someone would do drag simply because they've been through things.
Yeah.
Your hair is too big. How dare you? I don't give a shit. Her hair is too big. Okay? Like, I was saying, I got some crimp going on. This bitch, she couldn't have fucking worn her to the other side. I know y'all thinking it.
Okay, shut the fuck up.
Damn, I'm here trying to talk about backstory. How you want to do? Okay, I just want to make it a point. We do not do drag just because we have been through bad things. Although I think going through bad things helps to make a fierce queen. Yeah. It's not the sole reason, and not everyone has been through a hard life, you know, just because you're in the drag scene. You know, it's a different background, Sonny, all colors of the crayon box.
So, you know, they were talking about who was possibly going to win, and they were talking about Fifi and being on stage and crying and stuff, and they were questioning, like, you know, they were saying, you know, you got the waterworks out because you wanted to win, bitch.
They were pulling her leg. I don't think that's really what they were thinking.
Like Sham was saying, it's impossible to kind of go through a challenge like this where you're dealing with straight men, like especially dads, and stuff, say, with your dad not come up, and issues and things of that nature. So this episode in general was really good to show open-minded straight men who, you know, got their mind changed a bit about what a drag queen is.
Exactly, you know, because there's the whole confusion about drag queens versus people who live as women regular. There's also, you know, transgendered people who do drag too and are performers. People just gotta realize that this world is made up of many, many, many people. And, you know, you can't just think everything's black and white, because it's really not.
Yeah.
It's fucking neon, bitch. So, Latrice's guy, and I say that, what's her name? Sherelle? Sherelle, okay, Sherelle.
Jasmine.
Jasmine, man, super life. She was talking about how, at first, before coming on this show, she would have thought if one of her kids came out as gay, she would have been like, what did I do wrong? My parents, if push came to shove, this, I think, would be the episode I would show to them to try and get them to understand. And I love that these days, there is something like this that I can show them to prove that you can change your mind and you can get someone from the same background as you with the same mentality.
Small town.
Exactly. And, you know, switch it. Being gay is just what we are. It's not, you know, I went through anything or my parents did something wrong and I'm gay. If anything, things went wrong because I am gay.
They all got back together and each queen was pretty much thanking the straight man for, you know, helping them and
yeah, and you know, I mean, getting in full fucking drag for these bitches, which I think is a pretty daunting thing to do for straight people, especially straight dads with kids. So all the queens were having like really emotional moments with each of, you know, their dilfs, and it was really sweet. And you know, throughout watching this episode, the whole time I was just like feeling like it was so alien to me to see this even happening, and it really gives me hope that maybe, you know, it's not as impossible in my mind as I thought it was, because as much as I want people to not be one-minded about me for being gay, I guess at the same time I need to not be one-minded about people being straight.
Yeah.
And understand that, you know, it really isn't that crazy. And just because in my hometown pretty much everyone is an ignorant dickhead doesn't mean that every guy out there is ignorant like that.
Yeah. To wrap it up, like Chad Sky said, the sooner that everybody can get along, we can all party, darling.
Yeah.
And, you know, to the people that were saying this episode was kind of a waste and a non-motherfucking factor, they just need to know that it's really important to show this kind of relationship between drag queens and straight men, because it's a rocky area, honey.
Yeah.
And it shows that there isn't really that much of a difference. It's just a wig and some fucking makeup, honey.
Yeah. Like, after this episode was over, like the episode Not Untucked, I was feeling some type of way about it, and I was like, ooh, that was a setup, yo, Kenya got sent home unfairly, you know, that song was all full of trees. But, you know, being able to sit on it and really think about this whole episode as a whole, you know, I think it's one of the most important episodes, I think, aired to date, because it really shows something in terms of what it can do for our community and for everybody.
Yeah. And
to really just show love and, you know, unity and accepting each other. So, okay, RuPaul, thank you so much for this episode, bitch. You're doing great things. It is shout out time.
Hey.
And don't get it twisted, I am not this tall. She's just that real low. Okay? Yeah, so it's shout out time, and here is our girl, Victoria.
Yeah.
Vicky Crouch, as we like to know her, Victoria Pocha Parker. I want a Snickers. Yes, in the flesh, bitch.
Yes.
So flawless.
So,
yes.
an in-person shout out this week.
Our Sickling Diva, our fucking Queen Fag Hag 2012, 13, 14 going on. She's just the tea, bitch.
Yeah.
And y'all need to get into her serving mug. Look at her, she's so cute, she fly. And, you know, as a drag queen and someone who impersonates women, I look up to this bitch. I think she's beautiful, flawless, fabulous. And just one of the most sickening diva cunt bitches you will ever meet. Yes.
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 So, whenever you hear us shouting out our girl Vicky, here she is for all of y'all. Yes.
I love you all. And
Yes. I know.
It's too much. It's just sad story.
I go now.
Okay. Shout out to our divas, the Mystique Six, of course, Sally, Ali, Gavin, Hunter, Cristobal, Chris.
Yeah.
I hope I said that right. We love you all. You're diva. Mwah. Shout out to my sister Mon Garçon, of course. Shout out to
Shout out to Miss Clavage. Shout out to Miss Sharon Noodles.
Of
Shout out
course.
to Miss Angie Nation.
Ma.
Shout out to Miss Shank Your Jewelry, I think.
yeah.
Shout out to Miss Power Drain.
Shout out to Sambic.
Shout out to Sambic. Shout out to Hypno Fiend. Shout out to any bitch who watches this. I'm sorry if I forgot you, bitch. We're trying to wrap this
Shout
up.
out to the real Mystique. Hi. Shout out to Sharon Needles.
Yes.
Who posted us on Facebook the other day.
We love you, bitch.
Of course, a shout out to my girl, Alaska Thunderfuck.
Okay, so shout out to all the season 4 queens. Miss Jiggly the other day.
Jiggly the other day. Yes, Jiggly, you fierce fucking bitch with that mug, bitch. I fucking, yes.
Alright, thank you to anyone
Willem,
who
of course,
No, Willem,
our girl, our diva.
shout out to any bitch who watches this. We love you. Thank you for supporting
Yes.
us. Like, comment, subscribe, things of that nature. Sorry this video has been kind of late, but it's kind of hectic. We'll give you all stars soon. Go, we are
Yes.
so late in the game.
We are late in the game, but you know what? It gives y'all something to look forward to.
Yes. So
Shout out to Sahara Davenport. Go off, go off, go off.
Alright, bye!
Bye.